modern family. It's something we all strive to achieve in life. We go through life trying to find the perfect partner, go on to create a little human being that is a part of both of you, biologically or even ideologically. Your baby's taking those first steps, and you're posting their progress to social media. You're receiving all that love and attention, well wishes from other family members. You are on your way. You're creating the future. But you know, sometimes the future is not that bright. What happens when things go wrong? You look into your child's eyes. You see a part of you, a part of your partner. Sometimes you see something dark, something evil. Inside of every child, there's a monster. They can't control their emotions. They lash out, bite, kick, scream. When you buy all the parenting books, all the self-help, visit all those websites, all the parents on there will tell you it's okay, it's not you, it's them. But then whose fault is it? You know, by default, you think it must be normal. You think everybody's child does this. It's going through a phase. There's nothing wrong with my kid. You might be fooling yourself. Some kids are just born bad. You can see it in their eyes. At a certain age, you try to keep knives away from them. Not to protect them, to protect all the other people and animals. To keep them away from this thing you created. The year's 2022. Previously, America's babysitter was the television. Now it's the iPhone, it's the iPad, it's the computer, it's websites such as Wish.com, where a 13-year-old child can buy some of the most deadly weapons around. Like swords, knives, brass knuckles, switchblades, stun guns, maybe even, let's say, axes. And they're inventive. They don't have to have a bank account. They don't have to steal your credit card anymore. They know ways around it. They can have these items from Wish delivered right under your nose. What they intend to do with them, that's a different story. Real bad scenario is the police get involved. Your innocent little child gets taken away for stabbing the neighborhood dog, or maybe even the family dog. Some part of you is going to put that blame on yourself. Sometimes rightfully so, sometimes not. Imagine your baby in a cage. How is that going to make you feel? At this point, with your kids the way they are, can you feel anything anymore? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to make changes? Are you going to try to fix this? Or are you just going to let society deal with them? But I think we know how that's going to turn out. In the back of an ambulance. Just imagine all the neighbors out, staring at you, shaking their heads. They knew it was going to come to this. They knew that if you kept turning a blind eye, someone is going to end up in the emergency room. They're just glad it's not them traveling down that lonely emergency room hallway on their way for emergency surgery. Who is that on the operating table? Is that you? Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's one of the neighborhood kids. Maybe it's even one of your own kids. There's nothing to say that they're not going to turn on their own siblings. As you know, it can go from being just bad to very bad to worse than you can possibly imagine. It goes from kids being kids to manslaughter, or maybe even first-degree murder. We got someone being lowered into the ground. Is it going to come to that? How could this have been prevented? Is this all because your kid bought a ninja sword off of Wish? No, it's not just that. The answer is fairly simple. We need to keep these devices out of the hands of young children. You may say that 13 is not that young. But what happens when a 10-year-old, 9, 8, whatever, lies about their age? They go on and create a Wish.com account. But you were too busy on your own phone. Too busy on your own social media accounts. You know, the child was making too much noise, just bothering you. You sent them away. Here, little Johnny, take a look at this. And that's where it starts. You've just given your child away onto the internet. Hey, what's the worst that could happen? I think we covered most of that in this video. Except for one. One that's far more sinister than you could ever imagine. Tell me, how are you going to word that post? How are you going to flip this one around on society? How can you fit it into 128 characters on Twitter that your child started a zombie apocalypse? Go ahead. Laugh all you want. The government is prepared for this, and it's not going to be through social reform. It's not going to be through financial aid. It's not going to be through any social programs, and it's not going to be through safe spaces. It's going to be delivered by a military bomber. Hey guys, thank you for watching, and thank you for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. Hit the bell to receive all notifications, you know, all that good stuff. I hope you found the video informative, and it was a little bit tongue-in-cheek, I know. In all seriousness, kids can really buy these things off of Wish.com. We've got to keep our kids safe. Kids should not be buying these things and having these things. There's some adults that shouldn't have these things. Anyways, see you in your dreams.